It's time for our hot topic of the day, sponsored by Heineken. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. The Warriors won last night, again without Kevin Durant. He's still out with a strained right calf, and he's been ruled out for games 3 and 4. Klay Thompson and Steve Kerr talked about KD's absence last night. Let's take a listen.
He continues to progress, and he has made progress, but, it's a little more serious than we thought at the very beginning.
Speedy recovery. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game, and we'll desperately need him to three-peat. That's no secret about that.
Well, Shannon, who wins Game 3 back in Portland with no KD?
Well, they're more than capable of winning this game without KD. That's the Houston Rockets. They have no problem coming to your building, kicking your butt. Hopefully, Golden State, Portland doesn't make the mistake that Houston made. Oh, they're without KD. We got them now.
Sure.
They've played without KD for a number of years, so they feel very comfortable, especially for the 5 starter. Even when you go back to it, Skip, Bogut was in the starting lineup, so he's there at the very beginning.
Yep.
So he's very comfortable with their sets. Can they win it? Yes. I believe Portland will win Game 3, and Warriors probably will steal Game 4. But they're more than capable of winning this series, and I've said this before. I believe they can beat the Trailblazers without KD. I don't know if they can beat Milwaukee without KD. And that's the big difference in that situation. Portland blew a great opportunity. They could have been what we call the catbird seat had they won Game 2.
Yep.
Now they're back. This is, you hate to say, Skip, a game is first game at home, but it's absolute must win. Because you lose this game, you're not beating Golden State 4 in a row. Whether KD comes back, never. You lose Game 3, you're not winning 4 in a row, you're probably going to end up getting swept.
Correct. I agree. I'm going to say it one more time. Golden State is not better without Kevin Durant, but Golden State definitely played better without him for the last 5 quarters against Houston because it was going south just the way it had gone south so many times at Oracle during the regular season when they just degenerated into KD or bust. And they lost 6 games in the regular season by 20 or more points, 2 of those by 30 or more points. And it was happening again because, remember, Houston was on a 22-9 run, had gotten within a point of Golden State when Kevin did say, okay, give me the ball, get out of my way. He made the jumper from the baseline, pushed off, rest is history. And now it sounds like, well, Steve Kerr is saying it's more serious than we thought.
Right.
Does that mean he could be gone for the whole playoffs? It could.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Because I would have felt better, Skip. I don't know if have we heard KD speak? Normally the guy has an injury, he comes out and says, you know what? I've had this before because I think he missed a couple of games last year with the strained calf. Hey, I'll be back in no time. But we haven't heard him speak.
No, we have not. And by the way, just a quick point of order. I've been surprised in games 1 and 2 that Kevin didn't come out in civilian clothes and stand on the end of the bench and applaud and participate in the sideline huddles. I'm just surprised because usually LeBron, when he was out, he came to the games. He participated. He helped coach a little bit. He added his 2 cents in the sideline huddles. Kevin's in the locker room, and Kevin's up the runway when they're coming up for halftime. He's greeting.
He getting treatment. He's trying to get that thing.
I'll buy that, but you do have 24 hours to get.
No, we doing that thing around the clock.
Okay. Well, I'm just a little surprised by that because it's not normal behavior for a superstar. They come out for their team. Again, does he not want to be in the spotlight where he'd have to worry about the cameras are on me every second?
And he don't want to make any sudden move. He have to push off to get out the way or something, and then just stay out the way. He good.
I think you're really trying to cover for him, and I don't know why. But the man who said it best yesterday at the shoot-around was not Steph Curry, but Seth Curry made a great point yesterday. He said, the Warriors are not better without Kevin Durant, but they are harder to guard without Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Well, they are.
Yes.
Period. End of story. That sums it up because all of a sudden, when you don't have any clear outs, you don't have any ISOs, they are running and cutting like banshees.
Because
it's hard to guard those
The biggest thing is, Skip, is that you have 3 guys that their main purpose is to set picks when KD's out for Steph and Klay to constantly run off and then roll to the basket.
Yeah.
So, they are a very different team. And it seems like they cut harder, The screens are set more firm. It just seems like guys are on the floor a lot more because they realize the margin in which they can win has greatly decreased because you don't have a guy that can go give you 35 on a nightly basis. So everything picks up its height.
It does. And I gotta give props to Steph and Clay. They're in supreme shape.
Oh, absolutely.
They run so hard off picks, especially Steph. It just, and again, he gives up the ball to reposition.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he gives it back to a big, he's just
gone again.
cutting baseline, cutting off another pick.
He'd have been a heck of a track and field runner. He probably could have did a real good job at like something around 1,600, 1,600 meter skip, 3,200 meters skip.
I would agree. And he's underrated athlete because
so fun to watch.
his quickness is, it's sort of shocking to your eye because he doesn't look that athletic until he starts cutting, and then you say, "Where did those gears come from?"
Right.
He'll get the ball, and they're right there. He'll give it up, and then he takes off running all the way to the other side. I'm like, how did he get there so quick?
Right, and I believe Stephen made the point. Dame and CJ and Seth are having to chase him so much that by the fourth quarter, you're just sort of worn out mentally and physically.
And that's what you need to do with Steph. Remember, when Eric Gordon was going at him, making him play defense.
That is true.
He struggled on the offensive end. All of a sudden, Eric Gordon goes cold. He doesn't make Steph work on the defensive end. Second half, Steph lights him up. Game 6? Boom, it's over.
Yeah.
Game 5, they won in game 5.
Yep.
Game 5, it's over.
Yeah. So, back to game 3.
It was game 6. Game 6.
Yeah.
Game 6.
Game 3, Portland. This team has to have enough pride. Those two stars, and I'm going to give, Damian is considered a superstar.
Yes.
And CJ is at least considered a star.
Correct.
They have so much to prove in game 3 because they're getting, I always say, these big playoff series, they either reveal or expose character. If it got revealed by Seth last night, we saw he's got deep character. He inherited part of it, and part of it he had to teach himself. But he had the confidence because of his father and his big brother to say, I can do this on that stage last night. Dame and CJ just disappeared they became the Crash Brothers, right on schedule because we've seen it from both of them regularly in the playoffs.
Right.
We saw CJ rise and shine against Denver, a young Denver team at home at Denver in Game 7. But this is the stage. This is the Western Conference Finals. And so both of their legacies, they've been playing long enough, they're on the line in Game 3. What is it? It'd be Saturday night.
It'll be looking real bad for CJ.
Hey.
KD's like, hold on, bro. Y'all got me. Y'all got us without me.
That is correct.
And y'all couldn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah. Is he going to have Kevin back on his podcast?
So this wouldn't be a good look
What
for
Kevin
the place.
say about last year? He said, and you were the 3 seed, and he said, and you played like the 8 seed, and they got swept, right?
Don't worry about this at the top.
Okay, all right.
Don't worry about
what happened, what goes on at the top. Well, he can really rub that in the offseason.
Yes.
So this is it for them.
Yeah.
They need to take a stand as two guys who have reputations in this league. They're at home. They were 32-9 at home this year, which was the second best record in the West, tied with the Spurs, just behind Denver. This is your time. You have to take a stand because you out-3'd them at Oracle. It was 18-9 in three-point shots. You should have won that game. You got to win that one.
You got to plant your flag.
Okay.
This is moon landing. Plant your flag. Hey, we're going to see.
I told you that February 13th game I watched, we were on vacation. I was in Las Vegas. Ernestine's just livid with me because I said I can't stop watching this game because Zach Collins comes in and he gets into it with Clay, and some really foul language is traded between those two, especially from Zach to Clay. And Steve Kerr went nuts in that game and got ejected, and they just fell all apart and lost 129-107. Well, that has to happen now to plant your flag.
Right.
You're capable of doing this. You did it once at home against Golden State this year. You have to do it this time. And then if you get gentlemen swept after that, at least you have a little pride left.
Nah, Skip, you got to you should make this a 7-game series.
Yep.
Without KD,
you should.
You got to be.
But it's just hard after you don't win either of the first 2 games.
Yeah, especially when you have game 2.
What did I see the stat this morning? If you go 0-2 in the conference finals, 51-5.
And then if it's 3-0 or 0-3, then it's never been done. It's never been done.
Oh yeah, I mean, unless you got a LeBron James on your team.
No, I don't.
That was in
well,
the finals, though.
That's the
there.
final.
Yeah.
We hit down 3-1 until
Yeah,
3.
and that was when Draymond got
Stop
suspended.
it, Skip. See, there you go. All that. We don't
And
need
that
all
was
that.
when Kyrie hit the shot of shot.
What about the block?
Yeah. And that was when J.R. Smith cut off Iggy at the pass.
You remember
so he
CJ
slowed
said
him
he
down.
went and got that thing bronze style.
Yeah. Well, he did because he got help from his teammate also, right?
They're still talking about that. You know that was the player of the year? It was the player of the year.
You're still talking about it, that's for sure. I hear about it all the time from you.
Great
Most overrated player.
No, it was
in
not.
the
Don't do that,
Every
Skip. Don't do
single
that.
day,
Wait,
it's
what?
just
That was the
in
defining
there.
play.
Okay, what do you mean defining?
Defining.
JR cuts him off at the pass. He slows him down, and Iggy had to hesitate for a second.
Can you
And then
imagine?
he tried to lay it up instead of dunking.
That'd have been a what you call him. If,
Huh?
if Iggy makes that play, Kyrie's 3, all he could do is like what? LeBron says, not on my watch. Where did he come from, Skip? I still don't know where he came from.
Well, it was an easy catch-up.
No.
Iggy had to slow down for JR.
Even Iggy say he doesn't know where he came
You know,
from.
if it had been a pure chase down with
Sure.
no assist, he got a huge assist.
Iggy says, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, it was a
He had on that black the Cape Crusader. That's what I think. I was like, that's Batman.
No, that was a bicycle built for two.
No, it was not. I thought it was Batman, Skip. That's what I thought.
Really?
Because he had an all-black uniform with the C on it.
Really?
I'm like,
Well,
that was
here we go.
unbelievable.
That's it.
Overhyping, overrating.
No.
We
Oh,
had
more to
some,
come. Stay
Really?
tuned.
Stay tuned
Same
for
bat
more.
time.
Oh, so
Same bat channel.
It was a Space Jam?
Maybe.
Yeah. Way to go.
You
I
just,
might need some time off. I might have to film my, do my part.
Are you going to do it? Have you heard from him?
what role?
Whoa,
What role are we playing?
I can't begin our information right now.
You're going to be a monster?
It's in the works.
Yeah.
To the works? I'd like a role too. I'll be nice to get a role.
You want a roll,
You
Skip?
could,
I
good
would
version.
like a sweet roll.
No, yeah, I bet you would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna change it.
Yeah.
We need a couple of haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few.
I
Mix
can
it
feel
in.
that, Bill.
Exactly.
Some good genes were on display last night. The Curry brothers were the
Bugle boy?
story of the night.
Were they?
And we'll discuss all that next.